In the legendary myths of ancient Crete, the Minotaur's maze was a place of terror and death. A labyrinth built to contain a monstrous hybrida creature of brutal rage and unimaginable sorrow. While heroes like Theseus faced the beast, a deeper, more insidious curse lingered in the maze's twisting passages. This was not the horror of the Minotaur, but a pervasive spiritual corruption born from the labyrinth itself. The horror of the Minotaur's maze, a curse that slowly consumed a person's identity and sense of purpose, leaving them eternally lost. Our story begins in the modern era with Dr. Alexios Thorne, a brilliant but overly ambitious archaeologist. Alexios was obsessed with the labyrinth, not as a place of myth, but as a masterpiece of ancient engineering. He scoffed at the legends of its haunting, seeing them as mere folklore. He was determined to map the maze with unprecedented detail, believing he could prove that its design was a marvel of pure logic, not mythic deception. In his arrogance, he disrespected the site, treating it as a sterile puzzle rather than a place of profound tragedy. After weeks of relentless exploration, Alexios found himself deep within the maze, far from his team. A subtle unease began to creep into his mind. His carefully laid maps and markers seemed to shift, his sense of direction blurring. He felt a profound sense of disorientation, as if his own purpose was fading. He would have vivid hallucinations of a shadowy figure, half man, half bull. Its eyes filled not with rage, but with immense, unceasing sorrow. The true curse of the horror of the Minotaur's maze was a spiritual echo of lost identity. The maze, built to contain a creature of confusion and sorrow, had absorbed its torment. Alexios, by desecrating the site and disrespecting its tragic past, had invited a profound curse. The curse was a pervasive, psychological horror that slowly erased his sense of self and purpose, replacing it with the spiritual fragmentation of the Minotaur's eternal torment, leaving him lost in a timeless, internal labyrinth. Driven to despair by his own mental decline and the relentless disorientation, Alexios sought the counsel of a reclusive Cretan elder who understood the ancient ways. The elder explained that Alexios had not simply entered a maze, he had entered a spiritual prison. The maze, now devoid of its beast, was haunted by the echo of its sorrow, and it was slowly consuming Alexios's very soul. Only by acknowledging the tragedy of the Minotaur and the maze, and performing an act of profound humility, could he hope to escape its grasp. Humbled and broken, Alexios returned to the deepest part of the maze alone. In the dead of night, he found the place where the Minotaur was said to have met its end. He knelt in solemn silence, not as a scientist, but as a man seeking to right a profound wrong. He spoke of recognition and remembrance, honoring the humanity and the tragic fate of the beast. He asked for forgiveness, not from a monster, but from a tormented soul, acknowledging its sorrow and its unending torment. As he completed his act of restitution, a profound sense of peace washed over him. The disorientation lifted, and his sense of self returned. The horror of the Minotaur's maze, its sanctity restored, finally released its grip. Alexios lived the rest of his life not as an ambitious archaeologist, but as a quiet advocate for preserving the memory of the forgotten, understanding that true historical preservation required a profound respect for the humanity of the past. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.